What food have we got left?
Well, let me see. Oh yes, lovely. Lembas bread. And look. More lembas bread.
Ooh, I can cook that. I don't even need to take the hobbits to Isengard to get my hands on some good lembas bread. Also, apparently YouTube wants me to ask you to like and subscribe at the beginning of the video, so go ahead and get to clicking while I get to cooking. Start by combining warm water and sugar along with activated dry yeast. We'll want the yeast to be foamy before adding in the flour and a dash of fine salt. I'm using a dough hook to slowly stir together the ingredients until a shaggy dough forms. If it's too dry, you can add a drizzle of olive oil to help get it to a stickier consistency. We'll want the dough to be sticky, but not so wet that it sticks to the bowl. Once the dough has come together, scrape down the bowl and let the dough rest for about 15 minutes. This will help to develop the gluten. Then we can spread the dough onto a greased baking sheet. Gently push, pull, and stretch the dough into a rounded rectangle shape that is relatively even in thickness from edge to edge. Then we can cover the dough and let it rise until doubled in size. This should take about an hour to an hour and a half. It literally feels hotter than Mordor outside, so I'm taking advantage of all this humidity to get a nice rise. When the dough is puffed up and bubbly looking, we'll drizzle the dough with olive oil, then use a generous sprinkling of sand salt from the Shire to top it all off. We'll use our fingertips to press all the way to the baking sheet to really infuse the lembas bread with flavors from the oil and salt. Next, we'll bake the bread at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until golden brown and crispy. Finally, we can trim the bread into individual portions of lembas. I found these awesome parchment leaves on Amazon that were meant for a charcuterie board, but I thought they were absolutely perfect for wrapping the bread. I finished off the wrapping with a bit of cooking twine to hold it all together. When I was a kid, I definitely thought this was a focaccia bread and not something that is known as a hard tack that the Elvish waybread is actually based on. While mine may not be traditional, I certainly would prefer my version over Tolkien's any day. What fictional feast should I make next? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this recipe, don't forget to flip that sub button and ring the dinner bell so you can be notified of my latest recipes and food adventures that I post every week. Do you ever get hungry? You can find this recipe and many more with ingredient amounts and step-by-step instructions over on thestarvingchefblog.com. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.